Everybody, my name is Mike Glyde. I'm the current chairman. The current chairman of Worcestershire Bat Group. Got 5 minutes. It's going to be a struggle, but I'll do my best. I'm going to show you lots of pretty pictures, basically, of what we've done. And I think one thing to emphasise right at the beginning about certainly our bat group is as much about hardcore research as social side. It's a forum for enable like-minded people to get together, socialise, have some fun, as well as do serious field work. So what I'm going to do in the next 5 minutes is just give an illustrated presentation of what we've been up to for the past since 2012 to show the diversity of things that we've been up to. Okay, first of all, we hassled Chris Packham. He came to one of his talks and we very kindly turned up. We created a t-shirt for it with his great periodic table of British bats. Got him to sign it, he rattled it. And he was brilliant because for the first 10 minutes of his entire presentation he talked about bats and Worcestershire Bat Group and how brilliant we were to a huge audience. So respect to Chris, though, I'm sure it looks like he's being goosed, I think, by some of the people. And he was rather embarrassed and, oh my God, who are these freaky people? However, he was good at it, great talk. Yeah, so we start off with, this is winter stuff at the moment. We have a legendary annual Christmas party, which is an audio-visual, multimedia natural history quiz. So we do 3 things today. We are hiding from a virtual polar bear using toilet roll. Lisa knows all about this, isn't it? So being more sociable. Talks, we've had, like most groups, part of the social side is actually also about learning and educating ourselves. We had obviously, we recognise Lisa there, and Dave Hall, the other audience who did bat care. We had Laura Bambini, forgot to take a photograph in the talk itself, so we always go to the pub. We do like the pub where we are. Anyway, so here we are, nice summer evening, having a drink in the pub afterwards. And of course, yes, even we've had Henry Andrews talk, but he is awesome, and look at the crowd, one of the biggest crowds of people we've had on his Tree Roots talk, which is brilliant and inspired lots of people. It's probably the most motivational talk we've had for a long time, to get out there and look for tree roots and to get. We also had, in the winter, a number of little talks, the habitat management for bats at Hercott Pool. Here we have Colin Cross smelling poo. This is something we always tend to do. Ubiquitous bat box building on an industrial scale. God bless the Kent bat box. We make huge numbers of them. It was snowing, it was rather cold there. But we've now actually teamed up with a local disabled charity who make our bat boxes, so the money we spend on actually making the timber, we've actually got a local charity for the same money who makes them. They make the money, we sell the bat boxes, so it's a very, very, very good relationship we've now set up. So we're doing a bit less of that, but we come up every year, we have a design your own bat box scheme. This is Martin with the child coffin bat box. Actually, it's a mammoth wedge based on Henry Andrews' talk, thinking about wedges and things, and obviously you can see his design here. There's a load of converging wedges, massive box, and yeah, within weeks of putting it up, it's now occupied by numerous Pipistrels. So he is an awesome manufacturer of custom. We're doing I've got a digital one at the moment. It actually has LEDs, and it tells you if there's a bat inside it or not. Okay. And then we have a number of who are Mr. Calder? So I should be doing the anarchist one. Well, we do a number of group NBMP colony camps. This is at Croom Court, double lesser horseshoe bat maternity route. But it also gave me an opportunity, this is obviously not during the survey, but to try and get some arty photographs of what we do. It's very difficult to explain to people what we do when they can't hardly ever see the animal. They actually, it's a shadow, it's a sound on a bat box, and to try and illustrate what we do. So this year, you'll probably see a lot of these photographs. We've made a really good effort to try and pictorially illustrate and engage in the way as possible with lots of photographs. So there's the cover girl, this is Country Life magazine. This is Sally, our secretary, rather doing a pose. And also Harvington Hall, which is another one of our group NHB colony camps. Watching time. Went to Pershore Wetlands. Beautiful, beautiful. I've never been bitten by insects. More clouds of insects. No bats. Why? It was the best bat habitat that evening. Nothing. We waited for 2.5 hours to find a single Bentons on the pool. We got very excited, but we were, but yeah, bizarre, these things happen. We do serious stuff as well. Frank Flanagan works in Natural England, has jointly set up the Wild Forest Bat Project, where we do mist netting, hard trapping of the wild forest. Huge area of forest to the north of the county that has had little or no serious study for bats, and so this is a long-term running project. Recording. I'm not going to go into detail on that, I only have 5 minutes. It's going on. Needless to say, very difficult to photograph mist nets. I'm going to try and put a second, I think that's a 3 projector, but I need another flash here to try and highlight the nets. But obviously, again, lots of group people, familiar faces, they have a good range of bats, not as many as we expected, they're very variable, but then again, let's face it, the last few summers have not been particularly brilliant. It's an ongoing project. It's very important to try and engage in the bat group as many people as possible. We have a membership of we're about 100 at the moment, from professional ecologists right to retired, keen naturalists as well. And they can't all go lugging heart traps through woodlands in the middle of the night. It's not their bag. You've got to engage and keep those people interested. So, although IBATS has sort of phased out a little bit, it's still a road transit. We got an Opal grant to buy the kit, and we set up the Worcestershire IBATS Road Transect Survey, which enables obviously less able-bodied people to still actively take part in research. So we've had training sessions, the basic system, you have a self-triggering time expansion bat detector, and you just drive along. Transects, we did 500 kilometres last year with 11 volunteers. And they're keen, they want to get out now. When can we start again? We want them to do repeat surveys and cover more of the county. As a quick summary, not all the data, the range of species, we picked up Barbastelle. We did a long-eared bat on thingy, because we took the social calls of a long-eared bat as well. So, not surprisingly, lots of pips, but also we're getting lifeless bats in areas that have previously not had any records. And obviously part of that, plug for John's book, great book, is actual, obviously the analysis is the other side, and obviously here some of the volunteers then processing the recordings that they made. The very important thing is they did the survey, they then also do the processing as well, and actually feel very much part of the project. In terms of the Wild Forest trapping project, it's very daunting when people volunteers first turn up and they've got a heart trap in front of them and there's a mist net and they've never done anything like that. So we come up with the idea of actually hiring a big barn, which is the Wildlife Trust site, and spending a good 3 or 4 hours putting up, taking down heart traps, and also mist nets at a big height and a long room. So we thought, 1 minute, crikey. So we had training in terms of learning to use the equipment to make people more confident when they actually go out into the survey season during the summer. So there's a group shot. Youngsters as well, she's at the back, give us away. Right. Also, Worcester Cathedral, we identified a hibernation site, the nest of horseshoe bats right in the middle of Worcester. And it was being vandalised, and it was being used by homeless people, and it was a bit of everything, and the Cathedral wanted to bar it and grill it, so we worked with them, put bat-friendly grills in, they're now in. And then we have Graham Davison, who has been leading the project, and the number of bats now are soaring from 2 or 3, I think, to 13, and obviously the conservation is really working. Bat box scheme, there we go, good opportunity for hands-on experience. All sorts of stuff. So again, these 10-footy slotty boxes, same as what Lois said, these slotty boxes are excellent for the Barbastelle, but so are the Kent bat boxes. Kent boxes, brilliant for pips, but also we also get consistently Barbastelles in those. And of course, we're not just about bats, we're about wildlife, so it's always a good opportunity to have a good poke around it. Bat walks and talks, yeah, we've done lots of them, we get out a bit, we do outreach. I spoke to 400 Key Stage 2 primary school kids, and I'm running out of time. There you go, it's not all serious stuff, it is social. The important thing, this is this year's Christmas party, there's Lisa, we had, that's true, there's the, they had to be leaf cutter ants, and with your teeth grab leaves off the post and get back to your nest. And, however, Brum bats are running our Christmas party next year, so they're excited. So hopefully, it's a bit of a blip there. I talk very, very fast, but that's what Worcestershire Bat Group's been up to. We've got more big plans for this year. I'm happy to talk about it a bit later. Done? Yeah. Thank you.